Hey, what's up guys? It's Dom from Hole Printing Inc. In today's quick video, I'll be teaching you guys how to clean your waste ink tube. There's going to be two methods in this video, so make sure you guys stick along. The first thing you guys want to do is you want to locate the waste ink tube. For most of you guys, it's going to be in the back of the printer. You're going to see a tube coming out, and most of you will have like this container. If you don't have this container, it might look something like this. I just put like a pill bottle and drill a hole in it, so I can actually go ahead and collect the waste ink, but you might also just have the tube. So the first step, it's very straightforward. The only thing you want to do is grab a syringe, and you want to make sure you have this tip on the syringe. This is going to be able to go inside of the waste ink tube and pull your ink. You want to do this when you are having print head problems or the two red flashing lights. I'll also have an updated video on the two flashing lights, since most of you guys are having problems with this. So first thing you want to do, if you have this container right here, is you just want to remove it, and after it's removed, you want to grab the waste ink tube and insert your syringe. Once your syringe is inserted, make sure that you apply the syringe like nice and deep inside of the waste ink tube. This is going to ensure proper suction. Now also make sure you have Scott towels, anything that can clean your hands rapidly if you need to touch something else, because this is going to get really messy. As you can see, my hands are already dirty. So you want to start pulling waste ink very, very slowly. So I'll just grab a quick chair so I can actually sit down and do it properly. So once you got everything set up and you're comfortable, you want to pull the waste ink. What I like to do is I place my hand on the tube, I apply pressure going towards the syringe on the tip, and I pull very, very gently and slowly waste ink. At the beginning, you might feel like there's nothing coming out, but don't go quicker. You really want to go slowly so the suction starts to get inside of the tube. If you go quickly, it's going to take you longer. So very, very slowly, as you can see, I'm pulling the syringe extremely slowly while applying pressure. This is creating suction inside of the tube, creating the waste ink to come forward. Now at the beginning, nothing is going to be coming out for most of you. So you just want to do this very slowly and do it around 3 to 4 times until ink starts coming out. So I'm going to do the steps and I'll show you guys what I mean. So once it's full and your syringe is at max capacity, it's going to look something like this. You're going to have nothing inside it, so you just want to take out the air by pressing on the syringe and reinsert and repeat the steps. Also guys, another thing, you want to make sure that gravity is working on your side. You don't want to do this like this. You want to make sure that gravity is helping you. So in this case guys, this printer is completely done. There's no waste ink that got out, and that can be completely normal. It all depends on the extra waste ink that's inside of your printer. This printer has not been active for a while, so in this case you can gently reinsert the tube inside of the container and you're done for this one. Now I do have multiple printers, so I'll be showing you guys on another printer how this job may look, so you guys can get a visual example of a few scenarios that could be happening. So the first one, like you've seen, there was no waste ink. Now we're going to go ahead and try this one. So same steps apply guys. You want to remove the tube from the container, and you want to go ahead and pull the ink. So what I'm going to do next guys is I'm going to change my syringe. This syringe might be a bit too short, creating not enough suction to suck up the ink. So this is something you guys need to check as well. So I'll just be changing my syringe right now. So same steps apply. Insert the syringe Make sure it's very tight and pull slowly. As we can see, ink is finally starting to build up. So the reason I showed you this example is that some syringes might have less suction than others. So you want to make sure that you try with different type of syringes and even different tips. Your tip might be getting old, so that's going to cause some problems in the suction. Same steps apply as the previous tips though. You want to go very, very slowly and you want to suck up the waste ink. Now once you're at the top, you gently want to pull out the tube. It's going to create more suction, and now this is filled with ink, as you guys can see. So this is what we want. We're going to empty this and we're going to do another go. So basically you should have waste ink coming out. If not, it has something to do with the actual suction that's not being done properly. So make sure you have an adequate syringe and ideally a good tip inside of the syringe. Main takeaway of this is you want to go very, very slowly and just pull the ink towards you, and you want to fill up around 1 to 2 syringes. As I showed you previously, you guys on certain printers might not have much waste ink, but in most cases you should be able to pull some anyways. So after this one is done, we're going to go on to the first one we did and see if the syringe that I'm currently using is going to suck up any ink. So gently remove the tube. It's going to create some suction, and as you can see, it's full of ink. Once that is done, you can simply go ahead and place it back inside of the container. Now we're going to go to the first printer we had. Remove this. Place the syringe inside of the tube. Make sure it's well entered inside of the tip, and gently pull the ink. So nothing's happening at the start. That is normal. Remove. Make sure it's properly inserted. We're going to try 2 more times, and if not, it means that this one does not need to be maintained. It's important to not give up at the beginning because you might be close from the ink coming out. And if there's no ink, it's basically because the printer maybe has not been active for a while, so all of the waste ink has gone out of the printer, or it might be other problems that you're facing. But usually waste ink should come out. In this case, for this printer, we're about to change a print head, so it's not been active for a while. So that will explain why there's no ink coming out. I want to show you guys 2 examples in this video because you might be facing this problem and you're wondering, okay, why is no ink coming out? Or when should I stop pulling the ink? On the other printer that ink was actually coming out from, if I would have continued, I could have continued for a very long time pulling waste ink. And this is not ideal. You don't want to take out like 30 mLs of waste ink. 5 to 10 millimeters is completely enough. So as you can see on this syringe, 1 full syringe of waste ink would be perfect. This one is 12 milliliters, so that's more than enough. Anything around 5 to 10 ml is perfect. So in this one, no waste ink is coming out, and we've done it a few times. So we know it's not the syringe since we have tested it on another printer. Now most of you guys will only have 1 printer, so I do suggest you go ahead and try around 5 to even 10 times in some cases to pull the ink, because you won't know for most of you if it's the syringe causing a problem or if it's actually just that you don't have any waste ink to pull. For me it's easy because I have multiple printers and multiple syringes, so I can go ahead and test it. but you guys just need to try a few times. And if nothing's coming out and you know that there's waste ink inside of your printer, it might be wise to consider getting like a few syringes and some tips. So that's basically the main takeaway of this video. After you've basically pulled your waste ink and you like got around 5 to 10 millimeters out, you can actually go ahead and clean this surface. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a whole separate video on how to clean this. There's a proper way to dispose it if you want. But after that's done, you basically want to turn on your printer. You can do this job either with the printer turned on or turned off. It's really up to you. There's no really right way to do this. And after you're done, you want to run a head cleaning and a nozzle check to take a look at the status of your printer. So that's basically all I have for you guys today. It was a really quick and easy video on how to pull the waste ink from the tube in the back of the printer. I know a few of you guys were maybe wondering like how to do it and if you were doing steps maybe incorrectly. So that's pretty much it for me today. If you found this video somewhat helpful, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you're new. This was Dom from Whole Printing Ink. Make a print you'll never forget.